Welcome to an unforgettable night in college football history. The stage was set at Notre Dame Stadium for the first ever college football playoff game, featuring the Fighting Irish against the Indiana Hoosiers. With both teams boasting impressive seasons, fans were eager to see who would emerge victorious in this inaugural matchup of the 12-team playoff era. As we dive into this thrilling contest, let's set the scene. Notre Dame entered as the number 7 seed with a record of 12-1, riding an 11-game winning streak. Meanwhile, Indiana, ranked number 1, 10 with an 11-2 record, was looking to prove themselves against one of college football's storied programs. This game was not just about advancement, it was about pride and legacy. The game kicked off with palpable tension in the air. Indiana received the ball first, but quickly found themselves in trouble against Notre Dame's formidable defense. After a series of unsuccessful plays, they were forced to punt, giving Notre Dame an early opportunity to establish dominance. And then came the moment that would define this game: Jeremiah Love's stunning 98-yard touchdown run. This play not only set a college football playoff record, but also showcased Love's incredible speed and agility. It was a statement that Notre Dame meant business. Notre Dame's offense was methodical and powerful. Quarterback Riley Leonard effectively managed the game, executing play-action passes and utilizing his running backs to keep Indiana's defense guessing. The Irish consistently moved the ball downfield, demonstrating their versatility. Despite falling behind early, Indiana refused to back down. Quarterback Curtis Rourke attempted to rally his team, connecting with key receivers like Omar Cooper Jr., but faced immense pressure from Notre Dame's defensive line. The Fighting Irish defense was relentless throughout the night. With crucial interceptions and sacks, they stifled Indiana's attempts to gain momentum. Each defensive stand seemed to sap Indiana's confidence further. By halftime, Notre Dame led comfortably at 14-3. Their combination of explosive offense and stout defense had put them in control. But could Indiana make adjustments during halftime to turn the tide? As the second half commenced, it became clear that Notre Dame was not going to let up. They executed a brilliant kickoff return that set them up in favorable field position, leading to another touchdown by Riley Leonard. Indiana struggled to find their rhythm as they faced mounting pressure from Notre Dame's defense. Rourke was sacked multiple times, forcing them into difficult situations on third downs. In a final push, Indiana managed to score late in the fourth quarter with a well-executed touchdown pass from Rourke to Miles Price. However, their two-point conversion attempt fell short, leaving them trailing by 2 scores with little time remaining. With just seconds left on the clock and trailing by 2 scores, Indiana executed an onside kick attempt that they recovered. This gave them one last chance to make it interesting. Despite their efforts, time ran out on Indiana's comeback hopes as Notre Dame secured their victory at 27-17. This win marked a historic moment for Notre Dame as they celebrated their first ever playoff victory. In post-game interviews, both coaches reflected on their team's performances. Coach Marcus Freeman expressed pride in his team's resilience, while Curt Cignetti acknowledged Indiana's growth throughout the season. Looking ahead, Notre Dame will face Georgia in the Sugar Bowl on January 1st, a matchup that promises excitement as both teams are known for their powerhouse performances. This game not only marks a significant milestone for both programs, but also sets a precedent for future college football playoff matchups held on campus sites. As we move forward in this new era of college football, fans can expect more thrilling moments like these. Now we will discuss the in-depth player profiles. Number 1. Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love was born on May 31, 2005, and grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. He attended Christian Brothers College High School, where he excelled not only in football, but also in basketball. His athletic prowess was evident early on, as he quickly became a standout player on the football team. During his junior season, Love rushed for an impressive 996 yards and scored 14 touchdowns, leading his team to victory in the MSSAA Class 6A state championship. In his senior year, Love elevated his game even further, amassing 1,291 rushing yards and scoring 22 touchdowns on just 140 carries. He also showcased his receiving skills with 13 receptions for 370 yards and 5 additional touchdowns. His remarkable performance in the state championship game against Lee's Summit North where he totaled 317 yards and 5 touchdowns, earned him accolades such as the Max Preps Missouri High School Football Player of the Year and the Missouri Gatorade Player of the Year. Additionally, he was recognized as an Under Armour All-American. Coming out of high school, Love was highly sought after by several top college programs. He was rated as a 4-star recruit and ranked as the 4th best running back in the class of 2023 by multiple recruiting services. Schools like Alabama, Georgia, and USC extended offers, but ultimately, Love chose to commit to Notre Dame, drawn by its rich football tradition and academic reputation. Love's transition to college football began in earnest during the 2023 season. In his debut game against Tennessee State, he rushed for a 36-yard touchdown, marking the beginning of what would be a promising collegiate career. Over that season, he carried the ball 71 times for a total of 385 yards and added 8 receptions for 77 yards and 1 touchdown. Entering the 2024 season as Notre Dame's starting running back, Love continued to impress. By mid-season, he had already surpassed the 1,000-yard mark for rushing yards and had become a key player in Notre Dame's offense. His breakout moment came during the college football playoff game against Indiana, when he set a new record with a stunning 98-yard touchdown run, the longest in playoff history at that time. Now let's discuss the statistics overview throughout his college career so far. 2023 season, games 13, rushing yards 385, touchdowns 1. 2024 season, up to current, games 11, rushing yards 850, touchdowns 14, career totals, games 24, rushing yards 1,235, touchdowns 15. Number 2, Riley Leonard background and early life. Riley Leonard was born on July 26, 2002, in Fairhope, Alabama. Growing up in a sports-oriented family, he developed a passion for football at an early age. He attended Fairhope High School, where he played quarterback, and quickly became known for his dual-threat capabilities. Able to pass effectively while also being a significant rushing threat. During his high school career, Leonard led Fairhope to multiple playoff appearances and earned numerous accolades for his performances on the field. He threw for over 2,000 yards in his senior year, while also rushing for nearly another 1,000 yards. His ability to make plays with both his arm and legs made him one of Alabama's top quarterback prospects. Leonard was highly recruited coming out of high school due to his impressive stats and athleticism. He received offers from several prominent programs, but ultimately chose to play for Duke University. His decision was influenced by Duke's academic reputation as well as its commitment to developing players into professional prospects. Leonard started making waves during his freshman year at Duke, when he took over as the starting quarterback midway through the season. His dual-threat ability allowed him to lead Duke's offense effectively while also showcasing his leadership skills on and off the field. In subsequent seasons, Leonard continued to develop into one of the top quarterbacks in college football. By his junior year, he had established himself as a reliable starter with impressive statistics that included high passing yardage, along with significant rushing totals. Statistics overview. As of now, career passing yards over 5,000. Career rushing yards approximately 1,500. Touchdowns, combined total nearing or exceeding 50 game statistics breakdown. In analyzing the statistics from the college football playoff game between Notre Dame and Indiana, several key metrics highlight each team's performance. Total yards gained. Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, amassed a total of approximately 450 yards, combining both rushing and passing yards effectively. Indiana, the Hoosiers managed around 320 yards, struggling particularly in their ground game against Notre Dame's stout defense. Rushing performance. Notre Dame, Jeremiah Love led with an outstanding performance that included a record-setting 98-yard touchdown run, contributing significantly to their total rushing yards. Indiana, the Hoosiers struggled to establish their running game early on, but managed some late-game success with around 100 rushing yards overall. Passing efficiency. Notre Dame, Riley Leonard completed about 65% of his passes for over 250 yards, demonstrating efficiency under pressure. Indiana. Curtis Rourke had a tougher time with completion rates around 55%, throwing for just over 200 yards but facing multiple interceptions. Turnovers committed. Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, committed only one turnover, an interception, which they managed to overcome through strong defensive play. Indiana. The Hoosiers had two critical turnovers, one interception thrown by Rourke that directly led to Notre Dame's first touchdown. Time of possession. Notre Dame controlled the clock effectively with approximately 35 minutes of possession compared to Indiana's 25 minutes, allowing them to dictate the pace of the game. Comparison against previous games. When comparing these statistics against previous games this season, Notre Dame's offensive output was consistent with their season averages. Indiana struggled more than usual. Their prior games had seen them averaging closer to 400 total yards per game. The inaugural college football playoff CFP game between Notre Dame and Indiana marked a significant milestone in college football history. This matchup not only represented the first playoff game held on campus, but also highlighted changes within college football's playoff structure over recent years. Evolution of college football playoffs. Prior to this expanded format, the college football playoff system began in its current form in 2014, featuring just 4 teams selected by a committee. This format faced criticism for its limited inclusivity. Many felt deserving teams were left out. The introduction of a 12-team playoff format represents a paradigm shift aimed at increasing competitiveness and allowing more teams from various conferences an opportunity at national glory. Significance of this game. The significance of this particular matchup lies not only in its historical context, but also in how it sets precedents for future playoff games. 1. On-campus atmosphere. Hosting playoff games at home stadiums allows teams like Notre Dame to leverage their passionate fan bases. 2. Increased opportunities. More teams can now compete for national championships. This could lead to more upsets and surprises each season. 3. Impact on recruitment. Success in this expanded playoff format can enhance recruiting efforts as players seek programs that can provide exposure on such platforms. Fan experience attending this historic college football playoff game at Notre Dame Stadium was an unforgettable experience for fans who filled every seat with anticipation and excitement. Atmosphere before kickoff. Fans arrived hours before kickoff. Tailgating began early, with families grilling burgers and sharing stories about past Notre Dame glory days. The atmosphere was electric. Chants echoed throughout South Bend as alumni reminisced about their own experiences attending games at this iconic venue. Game day experience. As fans entered the stadium, they were greeted by vibrant displays showcasing both teams' histories. Cheerleaders rallied support while marching bands played fight songs that resonated through the stands. During pregame ceremonies, the national anthem stirred emotions among attendees who felt proud, representing their respective schools. Emotional moments during the game. As Jeremiah Love broke free for that historic 98-yard touchdown run, fans erupted into cheers. Many jumped from their seats, some even shedding tears of joy. Conversely, when Indiana scored late touchdowns attempting a comeback, tension built within the crowd. Fans held their breath, hoping Notre Dame could hold on for victory. Post-game celebrations following Notre Dame's victory. Fans flooded onto the field celebrating with players who embraced them after achieving this historic win. Many shared stories about what it meant to witness such an important moment firsthand, a testament not just to team spirit, but also community pride within South Bend itself. Coaching strategies. The coaching strategies employed by both teams significantly influenced the outcome of this pivotal college football playoff matchup between Notre Dame and Indiana. Notre Dame strategy head coach Marcus Freeman approached this game emphasizing strong defensive play coupled with an explosive offense. 1. Defensive focus. Freeman prioritized stopping Indiana's run game early on. His defensive line applied pressure consistently, which resulted in key turnovers. Second, offensive versatility. Utilizing Riley Leonard's dual threat capabilities allowed them flexibility. They mixed run-pass options, effectively keeping Indiana guessing throughout. Third, game management. Freeman emphasized clock management, ensuring they maintained possession while minimizing mistakes, which proved crucial given Indiana's late-game efforts. Indiana's strategy coach, Curt Cignetti, aimed for an aggressive offensive approach, but faced challenges. 1. Quick passing game. Cignetti attempted quick passes early. However, these plays often resulted in pressure, leading to turnovers instead of sustained drives. 2. Adjustments needed. As Notre Dame established dominance defensively early on, Cignetti needed adjustments which came too late. They struggled adapting their strategy mid-game, resulting in missed opportunities offensively. Third, defensive adjustments. While Indiana's defense showed flashes, particularly against Leonard, they could not maintain consistency throughout, which allowed Notre Dame's offense room to operate freely at times. Future implications. The outcome of this historic college football playoff game will have lasting implications for both Notre Dame and Indiana moving forward. Impact on recruiting. 1. Notre Dame's momentum. Securing a playoff victory enhances their recruiting pitch significantly. Prospective players will be drawn towards programs capable of competing at such high levels consistently. 2. Indiana's growth potential. Although facing defeat, the experience gained from competing against elite programs like Notre Dame can bolster Indiana's recruiting efforts. Showcasing their ability to compete will attract talent, looking for development opportunities within Power 5 conferences. Changes in program dynamics. 1. Expectations. Moving forward, for Notre Dame, the expectation will now be set higher. Fans will demand continued success within playoffs leading into future seasons, while maintaining strong performances during regular seasons too. 2. Building upon experience. For Indiana, the experience gained from this playoff appearance could serve as motivation moving forward. Learning how they can compete against top-tier programs may help shape strategies aimed towards achieving similar success down the line. By delving into these aspects surrounding players like Jeremiah Love and Riley Leonard, along with statistical analysis alongside historical context and fan experiences, we gain comprehensive insight into what made this college football playoff matchup truly memorable. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you find this helpful. Thanks.